every time. All right, we are live. Happy Thursday, everybody, January 11th. Welcome to the TED Show. We're at episode 91 today. 91, we're almost at 100. Let me know that you guys can hear us and see us. That's my most important thing always, because we don't want Sarah, who's my guest, Sarah Carlson, with the American Cancer Society. Did you say "the" in front of her, or did you just say American Cancer Society?
I think you can go either way.
Okay, good way. I love it. I love her. All right, so there are people on. Let us know you can hear us and see us. I see the likes there. We're in a quieter room today than we've been in the past few days and from Sarah's last time. So you're actually going to be able to hear all of the amazing things that we're going to talk about. And our focus today is Orlando Cattle Barons Ball, which we have a lot of information and a lot to cover. And it's such an amazing event, and everything that you guys are doing is just so important. So I see people. Hold on, I can't see that far. I love you all, but give me a second, and I'm going to pull this up. They're making comments, right? So hopefully they can see us and hear us. I'm sure they can. But my eyes are, because I'm about to hit 30. Yeah, there you go. I like the giggle, right? Yeah, you probably are. I'm not. Thursdays are dandy. Thank you, Joe. Toma. All right, so as long as you guys can hear us and see us, that's all we need. So welcome back. You did an amazing job last time. We focused on, we had a lot of stuff going on then. It was cancer awareness.
It was
breast cancer awareness month, so October,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
I had a few guests on during that time. We had created a lovely pink drink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Sarah came on, and she had to talk a lot about her, so we're not going to do that again today, because that's not her favorite thing.
Oh, you guys know it now, right?
Yeah, they know it. They can Google it and go back to the show. We're really going to spend time on Orlando Cattle Barons Ball, which is such a huge thing. And by the way, I got to give kudos to my producer today, Tracy Stein. He's behind the camera today, but he organized and helped organize all of the invite that you saw. That was great. The response that we got to the invitation on Facebook was awesome. I actually told Tracy that I had several people who said they were going to see me today because they thought they were coming to an event at the club for Orlando Cattle Barons. And you know what? I didn't discourage them because, and I was like, it's live on Facebook, right? So God bless them, and God bless their little, what do we say? Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
That's what I say. I grew up in Georgia.
That's a Georgia thing, right? We talked about that today. So welcome. Appreciate you being back and coming back and talking, and appreciate all of your efforts, which are amazing. And it just cancer impacts everybody. We've all gone through it. It seems like it's, I think I told you, my daughter's a pediatric oncology nurse.
You did, yeah.
And so just the stories that she has, and she's just one small microcosm of the entire world that's going on, and with cancer and everybody that's dealing with it. So kudos to you all for the research and development and all the things that you do to bring the community together. And Orlando Cattle Barons Ball is one of those things. So we have a lot to cover. So I'm going to let Sarah talk instead of you listening to me the entire time. Sarah's got a much better voice than I do, so welcome.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So last time I was on in October, we talked a lot about breast cancer awareness, and we talked a lot about American Cancer Society in general and kind of what we're doing here in the community. And we'll talk about some of that again. But because we didn't really talk about Cattle Barons Ball, and that's the big deal coming up, I thought we'd focus a little bit of time on that today. So you mentioned your daughter is a pediatric oncologist nurse.
Yes, that's correct.
So in this event, the restricted funds from the Cattle Barons Ball will go toward pediatric cancer research.
Oh, so that's the focus this year. That's awesome.
Year.
Do you change it every year?
Not every year. It was pediatric cancer last year as well. But and one of the doctors that spoke at one of our events, at the kickoff event in November, talked about how, and he's a pediatric oncologist, how he feels like there aren't enough research dollars behind that specifically. And he likes that we are now throwing money toward that, because if you can save the life of a child, not that I'm saying that the life of he said the average age of a person who gets cancer is 66 years old. He threw that out. I'd never heard that.
I had never heard that stat before.
Me either. But he said, if I can save a 6-year-old's life versus a 66-year-old's life, not that I'm saying there's, to disregard the 66-year-old's life, but think of the lifespan of that kid.
Correct.
And all the years
Correct.
And what that kid could do.
And I know that it shouldn't be, but like, so since I'm on the outside, I can say this. It just feels like it hurts more when it's a child.
Oh my
when you
gosh.
see a child suffering and you see the parents who can't do anything about it but put all of their trust in either their faith or the doctors or both, and there's nothing they can do to ease the pain of the treatment, ease the pain of the potential prognosis and the outcome.
Gosh.
And it's just it's heartbreaking
Right.
to watch.
Like that doctor said, all the life that child has to lead ahead of them. But I mean, it's heartbreaking to see an adult go through it, so I can just imagine seeing
It is. We love you guys and appreciate you and pray for you that are going through it. So pediatric cancer, though, pediatric is the focus. Fantastic.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't know what the Orlando Cattle Barons Ball is. That's a mouthful, but it's got such a great history, and it's so awesome. And some of the creative things, and I'll let you repeat them because I'll repeat them wrong. There's some great phrases that you have to go along with the Cattle Barons Ball, but give them a little bit of history about that, and then give them the thing. We'll hashtag all of this later too, but give them the history, because Cattle Barons Ball, I'm not sure people would automatically know that that's affiliated with the American Cancer Society.
That's true. So the Cattle Barons Ball is Orlando's version of a fundraising gala. So, but the difference is you can come in your blue jeans and your cowboy boots and your cowboy hat, and you can drink a whiskey and nobody's going to judge you. You don't have to wear tux, a ball gown. It's just a very casual event that's just a lot of fun. It's been voted the best charity event in Orlando. I think it was just a couple of years ago that happened. 2016.
That's amazing.
So it's a fun event. If you've not been, you should join us.
And what's the history of Cattle Barons? Is it because we are, I just find that fascinating. Is it because we wanted to make it so that it's not so gala stuffy oriented?
I think that's how it started.
That makes sense.
But when I started working on the event this year, so our honorary chairs this year are the Harville family, and they own a produce company here in town, right off of South Orange, and they distribute produce to a lot of the restaurants in town. So a lot of people know them. They are an old Orlando family. They've been here forever and a day. And so we thought we would focus the theming of this year on Old Florida, sort of as a tribute to them. And as I started doing some digging, some of the names that were coming up as cattle barons and related to the cattle produce or producing in the Orlando area are street names and things you would never even think. And so in honor of our presenting sponsors and honorary chairs, we named the presenting sponsor level Summerlin. So
I love
Mr.
that.
Summerlin was the biggest cattle baron in Orlando, in the state of Florida. So just interesting tidbit there.
I love that history. I love that. That's so cool.
I'm a history nerd too. So
Me too.
Everything that's put through our sponsorship packet this year is very Orlando history related.
I love that.
Yeah.
So the Harvilles are the title sponsor?
They came on as our honorary chairs, and then they surprised us at the kickoff event and became our presenting sponsors.
I saw that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, Mr. Harville came up and rang the bell. It was really cute.
You all did a fantastic job. And that's the thing about the event, is that there are so many things leading up to it this year. There are so many ancillary things that you're doing, ancillary events, different events to lead up to the final Cattle Barons Ball, which is in April, I believe.
14th.
But you have a lot more going on between now and April 14th.
Yes, absolutely. So I know from last time being on the show, because we had several media people reach out to us. Thank you, Bob, by the way. Tracy is hosting a media day on Tuesday of next week in College Park. We'd be happy to get you information about that. If there's anybody from the media out there who wants detailed information, we would love to share it with you. So just shoot me a note and we'll get you that information.
And we'll post all of Sarah's contact information. Tracy is the communications...
The communications director?
For the Orlando Cattle Barons Ball. And so we'll post Tracy and Sarah's information, and you can reach out to them at the end of the episode.
Absolutely. And so you guys know we filmed these from the Citrus Club.
We do.
And on Monday, January 22nd, Red Carpet Mondays is going to... they chose us as their charity of choice. So
that's awesome.
So we'll be doing Red Carpet Monday with Ryan.
Tracy, hit the close button real quick. Oh, it's still going, so you can keep talking.
Oh, okay.
I just can't see.
I can't
there you
see
go.
either.
Perfect.
So Red Carpet Monday, they chose us, and
that's awesome. And the event is here.
Here.
If you've ever been to Red Carpet Monday, it's a higher end networking / society / philanthropic group. Ryan Deming is the one that I always go to, who's in charge of it. And to have it at the club is amazing, but to have you all as the benefactor is awesome.
Yeah,
and you don't have to be a club member, by the way, to attend a Red Carpet Monday event, even if it's at the Citrus Club. So don't let that defer you from coming. You should look it up, and we can give all of Ryan's contact information too, so that you can register for that, because it's an amazing event in general, and the fact that you're the benefactor of it is really awesome.
Absolutely, yes, and thank you, Ryan, for that too. We appreciate it. And then we also have a poker tournament coming up at the end of February 24th at Terry Buffalo, right on Church Street. So join us for that as well.
So a poker tournament, is that new this year?
It is, yes.
All right, so I can't imagine where that idea came from. Tracy Stein right behind you. So right behind the camera, which is a great idea because people love to play poker. And so how does that work? How does the poker event work? Do you have to, there's a registration fee to get in? Is it? So talk a little bit about the event.
There is a $100 registration fee.
Okay.
I'm not the poker player, so.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah,
I just try to get the free drinks.
Yeah, I have no
Not that this
face.
has free drinks. Yeah, I have no poker face either. But people really do love to play poker. So Harry Buffalo is obviously hosting it. And is it, do they go on, do you register, is it like a competition? I'm terrible at poker, Tracy, so you're going to have to educate us.
It's a poker tournament.
Poker tournament. Okay, so that's the word I was looking for.
And,
With a $100 registration fee.
$100 registration fee. You can chip up, you can spend more money to get more chips. To play in the tournament, it is a cash payout tournament too.
Nice.
So 50% what they collect is going to go towards the American Cancer.
So did you hear that?
So
So
it's like a
50%.
It's a 50-50.
50-50. So 50% of what they collect will go to American Cancer Society, which is awesome. And Harry Buffalo is such a great place, and we'll provide all of that information as well. When we're finished, when the next post that we do with a video, we'll make sure all of this is on here and that you can get to the link that you want to talk about. But so many people love poker, and I love the fact that you're leading up to the event. So there are many things you're doing, the media day, then the poker tournament, and then you have other things. So talk about that.
Am I allowed to talk about it yet?
Yes. Go ahead.
The ride thing?
Yeah,
Or-
pre-bike week event.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if it was a finalized
It's
deal.
final.
Oh,
It's
wait,
final.
we've got a TED show, the TED show exclusive.
It's a TED Show exclusive. We've not talked
I've wanted to
anybody
say
about
that for a
this.
long time.
That's right.
Appreciate
So
that.
there's a pre-bike week party at Harley Davidson. I'm assuming the one right off of I-4. And they're going to let us be the benefactors of that as well. So
Nice.
that'll be a fun something.
So
different
does somebody
for us.
register for that as well? Like you have registered, I know how you are, Tracy's, and you are too. Very organized, everything, you can find it very easily, the links there. The fact that you created a link for special donations from the TED Show audience is so awesome. And I think that your marketing this year is bar none the best I've seen in a very long time. Probably ever. I can't imagine how that all worked out either. So talk more about the pre-bike week ride. So
Oh my gosh,
you're encouraging people to come out. Obviously, it's
come out to Harley. Is there like a cover charge to get in?
Well, no, there's no fee to get in.
no fee to get
There's
in.
no fee to get in. However, like I think the meals are going to be between $5 and $10. That money will go towards the American Cancer
Oh, great.
Society.
So again, it's still everything that they're doing, that Tracy and Sarah and their team are doing, is to still raise money. This isn't just to get you to the Cattle Barons Ball, although that would be awesome, and we'll talk about that eventually. But to lead up and provide more money, donations, to the American Cancer Society, and I think that's just awesome. I love the fact there's never been an event in Orlando where there's this much lead up, and I think that's so critical because you get into, I call it event season. So December's insane, right? I'm at every single end of the year party, trying to raise money party, and then you start to get into event season around April, May. It's like another crazy time, and so I love the fact that you're keeping American Cancer Society and Orlando Cattle Barons Ball in front of people
Right,
consistently. Top of mind, that's the word.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm old, so I can't remember top of mind very
30's
often.
not old.
I'm only, that's right, I'll be 30 soon. But I love the fact that you're doing that because I think more organizations should follow suit. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why April is going to be so amazingly successful.
Yeah.
And I love that you're thinking outside the box. You're doing things that people enjoy. And you're also creating a gala where always like to get dressed up in my tux.
Oh, I never like to get dressed up
And
in a ball gown. Forget it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't have boots, but maybe that needs to be my next purchase.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's a place down in maybe in Kissimmee.
There
or
has to be.
Orlando.
There has to be.
Yeah.
So much going on. All right, so you've got the pre-bike week.
And that's in March.
That's in March.
Is it March?
March 3rd, Saturday.
And we will post
Saturday,
everything.
March 3rd, yes. And if you have not already liked our Facebook page, please go like Orlando Cattle Barons Ball, because it's constantly being updated with all these new events that we're adding.
I love that.
And you'll get to see who our donors are and who our sponsors are and even if you donate something to the auction, Tracy's sending out kudos there as well.
So we have and there are opportunities there, which we can also post. Donations to this silent, there's a silent auction the night.
Auction, there's a live auction, there's a super silent auction, which is the silent auction items that are maybe just like a step up.
I gotcha. Oh, I like that. And here's the thing. The great thing about that is that people will buy and donate in a way that's higher for such a special cause.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what you're doing.
We've got our auction team who's working diligently on that. We've already got some super cool things in the auction. Just as an example, we've got box seats to pink. So just keep that in
Nice.
mind.
Okay, so we need to put that out. Those are the kinds of things you promote. That's there are people I know that would attend just to try to bid on
that. We've got tickets to Sam Smith. Anybody like Sam Smith?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah. So
absolutely
we do have
amazing.
some really a trip to Chicago with airfare included and tickets to a Cubs game, and so there's some really super cool things coming in, and that's
So
just
awesome.
the start. So
all right, so we're in March now.
Yes.
And then is the next after March? Are we at Cattle Barons?
We are.
All
so
right.
April 14th at Rose and Shingle Creek, we're doing Cattle Barons Ball, and I know I touched on it. We are in need of auction items, so if anybody has something they'd like to donate.
So you have somebody already said, Mary Ancona. Do you remember Mary, Tracy?
Mm-hmm, I do.
She said, I would so bid on those pink seats.
See? I know.
Happy New
they're
Year,
great.
John. Yeah, I mean, they are, and those kinds of things attract people. And what's awesome is it goes to an amazing cause.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing I think that's so amazing about what you guys do.
Yes, and so I don't want anybody to feel like it has to be pink tickets in order to donate. We'll take smaller items too, and if it's, if we need to put it in a bath and beauty basket, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
True. I could auction off a lunch with me.
Yeah.
Wonder who I'd have to pay for that. I'm not sure that would raise any money, but good stuff like that. I mean, I know what you're trying to accomplish and what you're giving.
And on your point, the experiences tend to go well. So
Correct.
lunch with somebody or a round of golf with somebody, those things tend to go very well. So let me mention the website.
Please do.
It is cattlebaronsballorlando.com, and it is working today.
All right.
I had a little blip yesterday.
We all
It is-
have technology
it is fixed
issues.
now, and so you can find information about the event. You can find information about sponsorship opportunities. If you'd like to buy a ticket to come to the event, you can buy that there. If you'd just like to make a donation to American Cancer Society or to Pediatric Cancer Research, you can go online and tell us how you'd like us to put your money. If you don't like to come to events, we'll accept a donation. Thank you very much.
I love that. And we have this special link, which I'll be sharing a lot between now and April. And obviously, as each of the events come up, we've got a TED Show link that will allow you to donate, special link, which is awesome. But let's talk about the Cattle Barons Ball itself, because you have sponsors, you have the event. Describe the event itself, because Cattle Barons Ball, you're not sure what that means. Obviously, you can come in your boots. You can dress up however you want, whatever you want to. It's not black tie, period.
No, it's not.
Which is awesome. So give them a little bit about the event itself, what it'll look like, what's available there. It's at the Rosen.
It's at Rosen Shingle
Which
Creek.
is
That's
a
right.
beautiful property.
Mr. Rosen and his staff are just incredible to work with, and they're huge supporters of the American Cancer Society, so we can't thank them enough. And they reach out to all of their vendors and all of their contacts and get all of those folks involved, and we can't thank them enough either. Everybody's just been so great to us. This year, the Cattle Barons Ball, as I said, is the Old Florida theme, and so this year, as you walk in, you'll get a real sense of Old Florida. We will have real cowboys wandering the halls. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the term Florida cracker.
I am.
In the true sense,
Totally.
we will have Florida crackers cracking their whips as you walk in. So just so you're
You
getting
just
the
got a
vibe.
whole new group to come just by you saying that, by the way. And it
yes,
has nothing to
and
do with Cattle Barons Ball.
Well, and our entertainment chair, who has secured these cowboys, has said the cowboys are fighting over who's going to get to come because they're very excited about being able to
That is so
participate.
cool. I love that.
Yeah, I told her to bring the cute ones. So.
I have no doubt. Well, they're going to have whips, people, so
Yeah.
watch out.
Uh-oh. And then, there will be live bands. We have a 3-piece band that performs in the reception area, and then we have a main attraction band that will play all evening, and it's a lot of fun and fun to dance to. As we discussed, we've got the silent auction and the live auction, but there are all sorts of things to do. We'll have a photo booth and games to play, and in the past we've had what we call the whiskey wagon, where you buy a chance ticket to win oodles of whiskey. We do the
Nice.
wine door, where I'm sure you've seen this before, where you pay money to get a key, and then you get your chance to try to open it, and then you win all the wine behind the
Very
door,
cool.
which is super cool. Yes, and it's a lot of
a lot of
like
wine.
more than I could drink in a year, and that's a lot.
So I could drink it tomorrow, but
It
that's
might take
me.
you 2
weeks.
I could. It might take me 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Oh, you're
wine.
kind.
I think it's over 100 bottles.
Oh,
It's a lot.
okay. Even I don't think I can drink that tomorrow.
But you would try.
I would give it my best effort.
Right. So I mean, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it other than that.
So Bill Moore just came on and said, Ryan Deming, your ear's burning, because Ryan just came on too.
Ah.
Ted just mentioned Red Carpet Monday, and that's true. I did.
Yes.
We have a lot of people who have
having us.
commented, and Tracy and Sarah will reach, and I will too, will respond to the comments after the show. Thank you guys. I'm trying to read them as they come in. I love that Mary said, time with Ted is priceless. I adore you. Hashtag allegedly.
Oh, I forgot to mention the food.
Oh, yeah, talk
my
about the
gosh.
food.
All of the incredible food. So it's not a sit-down rubber chicken dinner. It's what we call a dine-around, which is, like a taste of event, sort of, right? And so we have the best restaurants in town coming in to give us just whatever their signature dish is. So you get just a little taste of this and a little taste of that until you're tired of
Is it
eating.
set up kind of like, so you said a walk around, right? Or a dine around,
yeah.
So you're walking around and you get, each of the restaurants has like a booth, almost like
Yes.
Wine and Dine for Winter Park, like Tony's event or David's event.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's so cool.
We had
Yes.
a food truck there 2 years ago.
I wonder where that came from.
I know, right?
Can't imagine. Back to that. But how awesome! Because I think a lot of people, they feel like they're paying for a gala. They feel like their drinks are going to be horrible. That's not the case here.
Not the
They
case.
feel like their food is going to be rubber chicken. You mentioned it, and that's true. When I go to a gala, I'm always all I can think about is
go.
you eat before you go, and you have a stash
Yes.
of some kind of alcohol because you're afraid the alcohol is going to be so low level that it's going to, I don't know, it's going to dry, it's going to make paint go away. What is it
Right.
called?
Well,
Paint thinner.
And that's not the case at all. We have ABC is donating quite a bit of the wine, and then we have other sponsors kicking in wine as well. And as I said, Mr. Rosen's people help us with quite a bit of that. So you will not be drinking garbage, I promise.
And you'll be eating and drinking in a good way and
Absolutely.
supporting the charity. Now, let me ask you, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I know this is what people will ask. Are there, can you get rooms at the Rosen so that you can? Okay.
Actually, we have a room block reserved. So if you would like to stay, rather than taking an Uber home, right?
Right, exactly.
You
Those
can
are your
just-
only two choices, people, by the
Right.
way.
And so if you would like a discounted room rate, just let me know and I can send you a link.
See, that's awesome, and that's what
Yeah.
Harris does. He's so good about
Yeah.
making sure all of that part is taken care of, so that you don't have to think about it. But what she's saying is, if you're thinking about maybe staying over, they're going to give, there's room rate special for Orlando Cattle Barons Ball,
That's
and
right.
you should definitely look into that. And we'll also provide the information. I'm sure it's on the website or whatever website that we are going to post. But that's something to consider, and why not make a night of it, a weekend of it?
It's a great place to stay.
It's an absolutely
You can get a
beautiful
discount
place.
on a room, you may as well
Why
take it.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, during that. So the Cattle Barons Ball is over, right? So we're there. We're the next day. You guys are finally getting to take a deep breath. And then what happens? The funds get collected. You've got amazing sponsors, which let's go there and then I'll get to my question, because I
Okay.
want you to be able to acknowledge your sponsors. You talked about Harville, but there are other sponsors.
Absolutely. So Mr. Rosen has kicked in quite a bit of money himself from his foundation. Coca-Cola bottlers for the state of Florida, they've kicked in quite a bit of money. Board and Dairies, they've kicked in money. And then, I mean, everybody from Cheney Brothers to Cisco Foods. Oh my goodness.
U.S. Foods.
U.S. Foods is another one, yes.
And we'll give you all kudos. Yeah. They give you kudos already, I'm sure, on
Ted
whatever
Edwards,
site.
Thank you.
There it is.
Yeah.
So I think that it's just important. You said it earlier, this is not my idea, this is Tracy and Sarah's, but we definitely want to give them kudos for that, because a lot of times the sponsors, they donate and they don't realize the publicity that they get, and they're not doing it for the publicity, honestly. Right. None of us do. Oh, Andrew Jackson says Sarah's mic's too low. Do you know why? It's because I'm the only one mic'd. So Sarah's just got to talk. Thank you, Andrew. Sarah's just got to talk a little louder. Sorry we got so complacent here in this room because it's quiet and it's lovely and echoey.
Right.
So you just need to talk a little louder. Thank you for telling me that, though. I love it when the audience gives us that feedback. But the sponsors themselves, they're not doing it to have their day in the sunshine. They're doing it because they believe in the cause. And a lot of times sponsors get kind of lost in the crowd, even though Sarah and Tracy and their team are doing everything to make sure that they don't feel that way. Absolutely. It would be nice. It's nice to give them more kudos if we can, especially at events like this and the other events that you have coming out.
Yes, absolutely. So we've got, as I said, Tracy does thank everyone very publicly via all of our social media channels. So Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, we're on all of those. And then if you go to cattlebaronsballorlando.com, there's a sponsors tab, and everybody who sponsored will be listed there so that you can see that as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so after it's over, so you guys take your deep breath, right? It's the next day. Nobody's got a headache at all from having any cocktails the night before, not at all. And then you now have the job of taking the money and distributing it. So what happens next?
So next I get with our, I don't even know the name of the team, and I just went through this process for another event that I finished up. But essentially, once the money is all taken into account and we've paid all the bills, which with this event there aren't terribly many, we keep our expenses
which
to
is such a blessing.
I know, 10% or less, and
wow,
yeah, it's amazing for
that's
a special
huge.
Event. So once we do all of the accounting, we then have funds transferred into the Pediatric Cancer Research Fund, and there are many of them. So I think they just take it and put it where there's the greatest need.
I love that.
Yeah.
And think about that. I mean, what you're doing in supporting all of these events, either by donating money or attending, giving away silent auction items, is that you are 100% supporting American Cancer Society's platform. And this year it happens to be pediatric cancer, which is just so near and dear to my heart and to many hearts. It's just hard to watch that. So I just love what you're doing. I love this year. I want to talk about the excitement about it. I don't want to end on a Ted crying scene but it's so amazing what you're doing, because the event itself is always awesome. The fact that you have created this build-up, I think, is so great. And it's not just about the build-up, it's the fact that each of these events individually helps contribute to what the American Cancer Society is doing this year.
Yes.
And even though it leads up to, and we want to direct you to the Orlando Cattle Barons Ball, each one individually could stand on their own, and I think it's just amazing that you're undertaking so much. This is a lot. These are 3+ event, media event, poker event, pre-bike week event, and then the event itself. This is a lot to take under your wing, which is why Tracy is back there probably sweating. He didn't have any cocktails today, neither did Sarah, so I have to say they're good people. They're going to need them soon, trust me. But kudos to you guys. I think it's just amazing what you're doing.
Well, thank you. Honestly, I couldn't do it alone. I have an amazing committee behind me. We keep talking about Tracy, who's doing our marketing and communications, but he's also arranged a lot of these events, the pre-events that we're doing, and and I think I mentioned our entertainment chair, and we have a food and beverage chair, and we have a logistics chair, and we have a chair.
You have a great team.
You have an amazing team.
You do. I agree.
Yes.
And and we want to give kudos to you. They do too. This is their kudos to you. You all are doing such an amazing job. You can tell, you can feel it. There's a great energy to what you all are doing, especially you can see it on social media. I love your social media presence right now, and the fact that everybody in the organization gets to benefit from that. Absolutely. Is just awesome. So thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It goes by so quickly.
Yes.
I could talk about this forever. Please, we are going to post everything, and I want you to support the link that we're going to post. Go to the website, register for the events, reach out to Tracy, Sarah, whomever else they want to put on the contact information when we post. We love you guys so much. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sarah. Sorry we missed you, Tyler. Tyler was supposed to be on the show today, but he's not feeling well, so a shout out to him.
Yes, we don't want it, so we told him to stay home.
Yeah, I don't want any kind of sickness.
No.
I can't. So love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, and we're going to have Tracy Stein hit the finish button, which is down in the bottom. There you go, right-hand corner.